Hello guys, today we're going to rank every single fruit from the game Bloxfruits, and we're going to find out which fruit is the best bang for your buck. Starting out with the rocket fruit. The rocket fruit, cheap, simple, and very good for starters. It's a really good bang for your buck, so that goes in D tier. This will get twisted up because the spin fruit, more expensive and totally not worth it. Why? Why make a fruit that's worse? It's more expensive. It's nearly double the expense for the 50 Robux rocket fruit. This $75 fruit is horrible. This 75 Robux, not worth it. Don't buy it. Just buy rocket, especially if you're a beginner. We're going to blade this up with our first left click, the blade fruit, and our first immunity. The blade fruit is not that much more expensive than the rocket. It's only twice it, and it's more than twice better. Standing at 100 Robux, this fruit deserves above it. That's a bang for your buck. This is going to get explosive because the bomb fruit is not as good. The bomb fruit is explosive, does good damage, horrible cooldowns, and not good for beginners. You could have bought a blade fruit or a rocket fruit that is arguably cheaper and better. It is better than spin, a better bang for your buck than spin, but still, it does not deserve D tier. Our first elemental fruit with an elemental immunity, smoke. Smoke fruit isn't that expensive. It's got an elemental immunity as it can deal damage over time. You have a flight that... bomber. Just, that's all you need to know. It's a bomber. And it is better than blade. The spike fruit, a downgrade, but still an upgrade. It's better than rocket fruit, not better than the blade fruit, but I'd rather you buy a blade fruit, smoke fruit, than this. So that's not a better bang for your buck. You want to know what is, though? The flame fruit. One of the cheapest fruits is one of the best fruits in the game. If it's that cheap and it's that good, you should definitely, if you have enough Robux to buy that 500 Robux, you are not going to regret it. Elemental immunity, high damage. It's everything is good about it, but not for this next fruit, the falcon fruit. Arguably more expensive and does probably the less amount of damage in the whole entire game. I believe our first beast fruit, it's not good. It's expensive. It should be in F tier, actually. Oh no, I forgot this fruit. The spring fruit is just not good. It's more expensive. It does hardly any damage. Long cooldowns, why? Why? The ice fruit, however, has an M1 spam, elemental immunity, and it does stunts. Long stunts too that does heavy damage. Don't want to get across that. You can even walk on water. The next fruit is the sand fruit. However, it does cough and it does heavy damage, stuns. A flight that is arguably slow that the ice fruit doesn't have. It's pretty good. But I almost forgot one thing before putting it in the B tier. It has a big disadvantage. You go in the water for a second, you're basically dead. It's going to go bottom. It's still going to go B tier, but it's going to go in a bottom B tier. You better not go close to the water. Even if it might be safe if you're a shark, but still, if you're not, this is what you do. You do not go close to the water. I don't care wherever you are, just don't go close to the water. Next fruit is the dark fruit. It's not that much better. I think it might be a C tier. It only has one stun. Everything else is not that good. Continuing that downgrade, the Diamond Fruit. Diamond Fruit, M1 spam. It has an M1 spam. Well, it's not really a spam part. Scratch that. The only good thing about it is the diamond shards. The transformation doesn't look that cool. I just think it's worse than dark. Light fruit is insane. It's not that this is a bang for your buck. The diamond fruit is not a bang for your buck. I just remembered. But the light fruit is. It's less expensive. It's still more expensive than the diamond fruit that's at 1,000 Robux. But this 1,100 Robux is an amazing decision. I know, because I fully maxed it out. You gotta get it if you have the Robux. Send Pirates. This is your video, because the rubber fruit is not a bang for your buck, in my opinion. The only good thing about it is the transformation. The M1 spam, it's shorter than the diamond fruit, but it has like no range. The cannon and the M1 spam has no range. None of the moves have any range. Probably the only move that has range is the slingshot. I much rather... Wait a minute. This is a bang for your buck. You could get... This is not... You only get a transformation and then you're good. This is not a bang for your buck. But remember, guys. Don't use this as your tier list, because I'm not doing this for what's good. I'm going to make another video for that, because why not? But this is for a bang for your buck. I will publish this, but remember, if you're going to use this for a tier list, remember, this is for bang for your buck. Think twice before using this tier list. The barrier fruit. Honestly, not that good for a bang for your buck. It is fun. If you have fun using this fruit, go ahead. But it's still more expensive. I think the best part about it is the stairs and the towers. The giant falling towers that crush people with a lot of damage. That can also save you. This fruit can save you in a lot of battles. So I think it's got to be like a C tier. That's a better bang for your buck than the rubber. The ghost fruit is really good for PvP, especially if you're going to lose. Although it doesn't have the most insane PvP moves. Like it has Ghostbusters that insanely cool scream. Gotta take it that. But if you're in a PvP battle, this fruit will absolutely save you. You die, you come back at half health for sure. Yeah, for sure. But you still get a chance. It basically means that if you're losing and you're low on energy, it basically takes you back to half, and then you can switch your race so then you can fly. It's everything. It's good. So that's why Ghost, true bang for your buck, goes above sand. And this next fruit, Magma, is a true bang for your buck. Trust me, I know. I used to use it a lot. I still do commonly use it. It has an elemental immunity. All elements. All fruits, I'll just name them after. It has insane overtime damage. It's insane for like stunning people. People don't think it stuns, but they forget one thing. It blinds them. You shoot it, blinds them. Same with diamond fruit, but this is better. This is occurring damage. So, this is a better fruit. This is not a bang for your buck. The Quake fruit is better than Spring Falcon Bomb. The reason why it's going in F tier and not a C tier, which I would put it in, is because this is a bang for your buck video. A lot of the fruits that aren't good are going to go straight into F tier because the fruits are getting more and more expensive. So if it doesn't slightly make it, it's going to go in a straight F tier. The Buddha fruit is expensive, but I'm putting it in A tier for one reason, not in go to which everyone thinks I should do. Because one reason, Buddha is not that good. It's good, okay? But what are you saying? This fruit that can do nothing if you don't have a good sword, fighting style, gun, and race. If you don't have those stuff, you're cooked. The moves do nothing. Why? Just tell me why. This is why it's going in an A tier and it's not going above flame or light, because they can move. You're sitting target. You're slower. Oh, sure, you have damage reduction, but that's not the point. The love fruit. This is really good for transportation. It's good for stunning. Has good expense policy. This is a pretty good bang for your buck. The sound fruit. I think it's supposed to be here, but whatever. The sound fruit is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good bang for your buck, so it's going in straight A tier. It might be an elemental immunity. It's good for traveling. It's insane for PvP. And that's pretty much with a spider. I say it's a bit better than light. It's better than light for sure. Same with love, and I'll put it right here. The phoenix fruit. This is a pretty good for bang for your buck. Wait a minute. It has insane energy policies. You don't have good energy. It's not good. I'm going to move this down. Just because of the portal fruit. That's gotta be an S tier. It's insane for transportation. If you're like in a rush and you're in a race, this fruit will instantly save you. Definitely not for PvP, but it will. The rumble fruit. This fruit goes in an A tier for one reason. Top A tier. Because the expense policy is great. It does great damage, but it has the rubber weakness. But if you're not a YouTuber, you're not going to get rubber. Like, who's going to use rubber when you have fruits that you can buy that are just so much better, like light? So the reason why I'm just going to ignore that factor for one reason. No one's going to probably use rubber unless if you're a noob or desperate. And still, beyond that, if you have rumble by then, with that elemental immunity, you're probably going to be so up ahead that you have good enough swords and everything. The pain fruit, the pawpaw fruit, is going in a F tier. What did I tell you about the expenses? I knew it. You have to be aware of your expenses. Everything, if this is especially made for if you're a noob. If you're a noob, don't buy portal. Just ignore that. Ignore the portal and S tier. Remember, just notice all these other fruits that you should buy. This is especially for noobs. I know this because I didn't have this. I was young when I started playing Bloxfruits. And I didn't have the help required to have this information. So I was stuck alone. This is the reason why I made this video, to help out noobs and for everyone else's entertainment. The blizzard fruit. Domain expansion. The blizzard fruit is good. It's good in a lot of reasons. Number one, because the domain expansion is great. It's expensive, but it is great. Although it's not good for fighting, let's say, a flame user or a light user, but it's still gonna be good. You're gonna have a close matchup. The T-Rex. No, I meant gravity. The gravity. The gravity fruit is an F tier. It's better than Falcon and Bomb, but this is why. Hear my warning, everyone. The Quake fruit is better because everything about it. But I'd much rather if if you're gonna buy something from the F tier, get the Quake fruit. It's a better bang for your buck and everything. If a YouTuber decides to use this tier list from me, remember this one thing, guys. This is for a bang for your buck. For the money. The T-Rex fruit. Fury meter. This fruit is really good for PvP. But I would say this one thing. T-Rex is not going to win against Rumble. Hear me out. Rumble fruit has insane AoE damage. If you don't escape it, you're going to lose to a Rumble fruit. It's expensive, and I'd much rather buy a Rumble fruit with elemental defense. The mammoth fruit. I'm with the Sen Pirates. This should be above T-Rex for one reason only. The mammoth fruit, you could basically instantly transform. That is much better than the T-Rex Fury meter. The dough fruit. Insane for transportation and everything. It's good. Really good. It's expensive, but it is great for PvP. There is one weakness why I think I'm just a Rumble fan. If the elemental if it wasn't weak to the rubber fruit, I would have put it in S tier. But the reason why I'm putting dough in A tier is because think of it. The Rumble fruit is just great for AoE. You can go in the sky. If you are quick enough with the Rumble fruit, you can definitely beat dough. The shadow fruit. I'm not with Koopa Cool with this. I'm agreeing with Sen Pirates all the way. Shadow, I'm not that big of a fan. I am technically being biased here, but still, this is my opinion. I think you're gonna win with a T-Rex fruit. You got a better chance with T-Rex. This is actually a confusing part, because I'm actually going to break Koopa Cool's hearts here. Sorry, Shadow lovers, but I'm putting it above Blizzard. You're going to be asking me why. Why you do this? Flame is better. This is a bang for your buck. That's not a bang for your buck for a PvP battle. I'm comparing them I'm not just comparing them by their stats. I'm also comparing them individually for a bang for your buck. The next fruit, the venom fruit. I think it's better than the shadow fruit for one reason. Damage over time. And I really think this might be a true bang for your buck. Transformation is everything. I'm just going to be thinking. Rumble or Venom. Venom is better than Magma. I'm going to probably change this later. But the gas fruit is a true bang for your buck. It's a goat. You should buy this fruit. It's just insane. Although it's bad for first C players, I know it's hard to use. But it's also really good to use. It's everything. Why Bloxfruits? Control. The control fruit was going to be so good, but the reason I would have put it in a higher tier fruits like Quake, Pain, Gravity, Control. But since this is a bang for your buck, it's just not going to work. It's just too slow. Spirit fruit. A lot of these fruits are going to go in A tier. The spirit fruit is good. I don't know what to say here, but man, I don't want to put it in B tier, which I'm thinking of. I'm considering B tier, A tier, and that's it. One hand is that the spirits are good. I don't know here. I'm just gonna put in top B tier. Nothing's better than it. It's just the best for B tier. The leopard fruit. leopard fruit, M1 spam, everything. It's really good, but the reason why I'm probably gonna put it in S tier is because it's good for noobs. The reason why I'm putting it below the magma, just think with me. You're just attacking somebody with a magma fruit, and a leopard comes at you. Moving fast, just use your abilities with high AoE damage. It's just an occurring over time damage, splash damage, everything. It's gonna hit the leopard fruit, stun them for a little bit, and they're gonna be sitting there blind. They won't know what's gonna happen until they leave the magma, hit them again. Leave the magma, get hit again. Leave the magma, get hit again. And the Yeti fruit is better. It's just better. It's better in every way. Magma, and remember, magma and venom traps, the best. Okay, Yeti fruit, get out of the way. And the kitsune fruit. I'm gonna break some hearts here. I know I did that. That's because for a few reasons. Number 1, Rumble is the counter to Kitsune. Number 2, Magma and Venom traps. A Magma and Venom trap is just going to kill the Kitsune fruit. Sure, it's going to be fast, but Magma is just going to out-fast you because the Kitsune doesn't even have a flight. The Magma fruit does. Venom. Since the Kitsune nerf, the Venom fruit just became probably stronger in my opinion. If you're gonna base this off of Sand Pirate and Koopacool, although I like Sand Pirates better, but Koopacool is better at PvP. I still remember this one thing. The poison is insane. Magma venom traps kill Kitsune. Kitsune is mostly a close combat, and that's just not gonna cut it for a fruit that does literally is the best for traps. Like you can trap somebody in like venom or magma, and they're dead. Oh no, I forgot one fruit. I'm just gonna count both as this one as West Dragon. It's the best if you're if you max it out, that's the best bang for your buck. This is the end of the tier list. This is my opinion. If you have anything to comment about this, put it in the comments. Bye-bye.